got one of the hottest DJs off of Hot 97 because she wanted to put up a picture of him getting his pants pulled down.
There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such.
And she allegedly has been avoiding Puffy. You know, my thing about when you date a mogul, like he can hire a plane right now, land on the roof of the hotel where she's staying, pay people off at the front desk. I'm already paranoid.
But y'all have bad for a while.
Real bad.
Real bad.
The worst.
The worst.
But the difficulty is getting people to believe something that they don't want to believe. And in each of these cases, this is where the money is.
Just when we thought Katt Williams was done exposing the industry, he stepped back into the spotlight, this time revealing shocking new details about Wendy Williams' downfall. Once the queen of daytime talk shows, Wendy is now reportedly bedridden and broke. According to new evidence, Diddy may have been the mastermind behind her collapse, using his wealth and connections to ruin her. Wendy and Diddy have always had a tense, hostile relationship. Wendy was one of the first public figures to speak out, accusing Diddy of being on the down low and of inappropriately touching young boys in exchange for Hollywood opportunities. Diddy allegedly retaliated by getting Wendy fired from her radio job and warning other stations across New York not to hire her. Proof of how far he was willing to go to silence her.
When she put out those pictures of the dude pulling his pants down and it looked like some gay act that was going on, he got on the phone. He said, let me tell you this. When I get back to New York City, if she's on the radio station, he's talking to a radio executive. He said the same thing to he said, nobody that I deal with, nobody that I know is gonna do anything with y'all, no business at all. It ain't gonna be no artist, no nothing gonna come. He's telling people that at a radio station. When we got back to New York City, Wendy Williams was in Philly at a new station.
At the time, Wendy was working for the hugely popular radio station Hot 97. She claimed to have received exclusive photos showing Diddy on vacation in Cancun, with his shirt being pulled off by another man. But before she could go public with the story, Diddy allegedly had her fired and blacklisted, warning every radio station in New York not to hire her.
Wendy Williams, she got fired from Hot 97 because she had a picture of Puffy. So if you don't mind, give me the story from your point of view, and what was in the picture?
We were in Cancun. For whatever reason, dude was playing with Puff. He went behind him and grabbed his trunks and pulled them down. Some girls that was taking pictures. They took that picture and emailed it back to Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams said she had him in a compromising position and like he was something like that. She was gonna put it out. Wendy had shown people that email. Puff told Hot 97 if they didn't get rid of her before he got back in New York, that they was not gonna get any music from any of his friends, any of the record labels executives that was cool with him. Everybody was gonna boycott their station. We was out in LA for about 3 days before we landed back in New York. Wendy Williams was in the radio station in Philly. She was fired.
Wendy Williams later confirmed this in a 2013 interview, revealing that a well-known hip-hop mogul had her fired after she implied he was gay. Although she didn't mention Diddy by name, it was obvious to many who she was referring to.
Very homosexual era of hip-hop as well. There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle. There were many situations, none of which to talk about, but there were many situations back in the day in my career, and it's all coming full circle now, so.
Wendy said that Diddy even went as far as instructing girl groups signed to his label, Bad Boy Entertainment, to show up at her workplace and physically attack her. Fortunately, her boyfriend was with her at the time and prevented the situation from escalating.
Here one day, and the total were downstairs waiting, and everybody upstairs at the radio station is looking down. egging it on, waiting for something to go down. I wasn't yet married. My knight in shining armor screeched up in his car just out of nowhere. I didn't even know what was about to happen. I'm standing in the door like, what? And I'm literally about to go through. Now, I'm not like, what, let's fight, because I'm not one of those type of broads. And plus, there was 3 of them. The little Chinese man that drove the van that they were coming. There was no security or anything. It was just them 3 fighting broads. And me. And my coworkers that shot standing upstairs trying to look down to see it all jump off. They all knew. When I said goodnight to everybody, everybody's pressed up against the window. I didn't even walk or bother asking, what are you all looking for? Because you know when the clock strikes, it's time to go. It is time to go. I didn't get a chance to hit the sidewalk before I knew it, out of nowhere. And there's a whole bunch of rah-rah going on outside, and I'm still trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And I send Cower and Skell out on the sidewalk, and he comes back in and says, it's total outside. And they were about to set it on you.
And get this, Wendy also hinted that Diddy was extremely controlling over Cassie, but no one picked up on the truth she was trying to expose until it was far too late.
Africa filming Honey 3. And she allegedly has been avoiding Puffy. And, you know, my thing about when you date a mogul is that it's really difficult to avoid them, because if you use your head, you never know when they're gonna pop up on the scene. Like, he's mogul, like he can hire a plane right now, zoom into South Africa, land on the roof of the hotel where she's staying, okay, pay people off at the front desk, give me the key and let me up in her room. Like, I'm already paranoid. Posted a picture of Michael Jackson's song, Lady in My Life, and wrote, if anyone sees Cassie this weekend, please tell her to listen to this song 100 times. I suggest don't use social media, though, to reach out. I think this is a grand overture from Puffy. I don't believe he really wants her back. I believe he probably treated her at some particular point like a possession, like a possession. And if you really care, then you'd reach out privately, not publicly.
Did y'all catch how Wendy practically read the whole situation with Diddy and Cassie long before the public did? She pointed out everything we now know about their relationship. She really knew Diddy like the back of her hand, and he definitely didn't like that. Fast forward to 2017, and it seemed like they had buried the hatchet when Diddy appeared on the Wendy Williams show. 2 even joked about their past tension, acting like it was all water under the bridge.
I must say it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
And I want to just tell you how proud I am of you, because I don't think you get enough credit for being the first one to really cover our culture, you know, hip-hop culture, and also hip-hop celebrities shedding light on our culture and our people, and thank you very much.
I pissed a lot of people off, including you. Mm-hmm. But this is a full circle moment, everybody.
Yes.
Get into adult conversation. This is full circle.
But it seems Diddy's animosity toward Wendy never truly ended, and he didn't stop until her entire career was in ruins. As many of you already know, Wendy is currently going through an incredibly difficult time after being diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia. This heartbreaking news was confirmed in a press statement released by her family, which explained that over the past few years, there had been growing concerns about Wendy's ability to process information. Many had noticed her losing words, behaving erratically, and struggling to understand financial transactions, all signs that something was seriously wrong.
What that is, correct?
I know.
Okay, you don't know lymphedema? All right, I'll show you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, lymphedema is this. Do you see this right here? Look.
Okay.
No, look closely.
Right.
Hold up, please. Hold it up. I can't hold it higher. Do you see?
Yeah, we can see. Yeah.
Okay, do you see this?
Yeah.
All right, it's up and down. Okay. Okay, that is, I can only feel maybe 5% of my food.
It wasn't until the release of her documentary, Where is Wendy Williams?, that fans truly saw how bad things had gotten for her. In one of the episodes, Wendy revealed that she's been exploited over the past few years by the very people who were supposed to take care of her. She said she doesn't even know some of the individuals they've been hiring, and to make matters worse, they've been stealing money from her.
Around you,
Stealing money from me.
getting money, whatever the case may be.
Enough.
She has people around who are yes people and allowing this to continue.
If y'all remember, back in 2022, Wells Fargo froze all of Wendy's accounts after suspecting that several members of her team were stealing from her and making unauthorized transactions without her knowledge. At the time, Wendy's mental health was already declining, and she reportedly had no idea how much money was being taken. The situation got so bad that Wells Fargo petitioned the court to appoint her a legal guardian, claiming she was not of sound mind and needed protection. But according to reports, the court-appointed financial guardian wasn't much better. She allegedly began stealing from Wendy as well. Though her identity was initially kept secret, it was later revealed to be Sabrina Macy.
When I began asking questions about my money, suddenly Lori Schiller has got no response regarding my money. I want my money. This is not fair. And Wells Fargo has no questions and answers with regarding my money. This is not fair. And Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo have this guardianship petition about keeping me away from my money. And this guy named Bernie Young, I know for a fact that Bernie Young used my American Express card to hire an attorney to file a petition against me. That was done with my American Express card. A former doctor had medical information about me that I never even got. It was sent over to Lori Schiller. I fired the doctor, and again, all I want to know is where is my money? This is not right.
Wendy's sister and her son, Kevin Jr., also spoke out about how unfair it was that Wendy's money and entire career were now being controlled by a complete stranger, someone who, in their eyes, didn't truly care about Wendy or her well-being.
Mom has done a great job making it seem like everything is okay always.
Wendy, make sure you look here. 1, 2, 3.
But in reality, there's something wrong going on.
As her family, we were all sitting on the sidelines watching, and she was crying out for help.
Did you drink this whole thing today?
Keep it there.
Okay.
Keep it there.
My mom, she always talks about how she wants to work, but I feel as though she's worked enough.
She has people around who are yes people and allowing this to continue.
This is all too much.
Go! Drive! I have no idea where we are. This doesn't look like anything familiar.
I think she's losing memory. Have you guys noticed that?
How dare him? I control men.
I weigh 138.
Anybody could look at her and tell this is not just alcohol. There's something more going on.
This is when people started to suspect that those appointed to take care of Wendy might be intentionally trying to harm her. Kevin Jr. also revealed that doctors had said her illness was progressing so rapidly because she was still consuming large amounts of alcohol. Apparently, her entire team was aware of this but continued to supply her with alcohol and other substances. Wendy can barely walk, so it's clear she isn't getting the alcohol herself. Someone on her team is knowingly giving her these things, fully aware that it will only worsen her condition.
They basically said that because she was drinking so much, it was starting to affect her headspace and her brain. I think they said it was alcohol-induced dementia.
People even started comparing Wendy's situation to what happened to Britney Spears and Kanye West. Like Wendy, Britney was also placed under a conservatorship, where she had to sit by and watch as people around her stole her money. Britney later revealed in a court hearing that her family had intentionally misdiagnosed her and had her pumped full of an unhealthy amount of lithium. They then used this as evidence in court to claim that Britney was incapable of handling her own finances.
I honestly like to sue my family, to be totally honest with you. I also would like to be able to share my story with the world and what they did to me instead of it being a hush-hush secret to benefit all of them. I want to be able to be heard on what they did to me. By making me keep this in for so long is not good for my heart. I've been so angry and I cry every day. It concerns me. I'm told I'm not allowed to expose the people who did this to me. For my sanity, I need you to the judge to approve me, do an interview where I can be heard on what they did to me. And actually, I have the right to use my voice and take up for myself. My attorney says I can't, it's not good. I can't let the public know anything they did to me, and by not saying anything, is saying it's okay. I don't know what I said here. It's not okay. Actually, I don't want to interview. I'd much rather just have an open call to you for the press to hear, which I didn't know today we're doing.